Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Citizens YouTube, Pastor Dowell. It seems like that in this particular world, this time, this day, this hour, in this society right here, that there's a lot of government overreach and just literally government trying to do whatever they can to control the people. I understand that there's a lot of people out there that are without jobs, and the government itself is one of the greatest employers that there is in order for people to have job security. With that said, word has gotten to me about Liberty Safe's provided access codes to the FBI for someone who went and protested in Washington, D.C. a couple of years ago. Mind you, person, no crime, no criminal, no arrest, no nothing, no none of that. And FBI showed up at his place with guns blazing. He wouldn't give them the access code. They called Liberty, and Liberty gave them the access code or some type of default code to the safe. Well, what they did for me was to make sure I went and checked to see, man, do I even have a Liberty safe? Come to find out, I've got one. I got a few safes on the land out here, but I got one Liberty safe, and here in the future, I'm going to be getting rid of that safe, and I'm not going to recommend anybody to buy any Liberty safes whatsoever at all. There are other patriotic safe companies out there that believe in your civil liberties. They believe in the government not being able to infringe upon your right to privacy, and they know that you have a right to secure your own person. I tell you, man, what's going on nowadays is utterly amazing. You know, I said and thought some time ago, and I said to myself, you know, the founding fathers of this country, what would they have done if they see all the stuff that is taking place today, that is going on in America? And I come to the conclusion, after knowing a little bit about history, that those people had a different level of testosterone than we do today. As a matter of fact, I've come to the conclusion and learned that governments have studied people, they have studied nations, and they know what they need to do to make them dumb, dormant, docile, demoralized, and demonized. They have filled up this country with entertainment. They have distracted them with movies. They have distracted them with all kinds of distractions. And the people are just not simply focused no more. When I look at this society today, it depends on the government for everything. I mean, it depends on the government for hands out. It's always looking to the government for some type of direction. The liberty and freedom, the way that people used to operate, is pretty much gone. There's only very few of us that's holding on to privacy rights, to be able to live and function, to worship the way I see fit in the one life that I have. And I don't think that you're ever going to get America on one accord. I don't think you're ever going to get them to ever come together again. As a matter of fact, I don't think that even if there was a red herring, even if there was another situation, like what happened on 9/11, I don't think that people's going to actually rush to go join the military ever again. Usually, Americans they learn after the government comes up with brand new creative ways to erode your rights and your liberties and infringe upon you over and over again. Usually after the first and second time, they usually get it, but then they come up with another way, another creative way. And the problem we're having today is that people don't use self-autonomy. People just simply don't think anymore. They're not interested in self-preservation. And because of this, and because people are not interested in self-preservation, you become dependent or codependent upon someone else to take care of you. You become codependent upon someone else to provide for you, and in that, you put yourself in a subordinate position. Now, the way I read and comprehend and understand is that all of those that are in government offices, government officials, they are our public servants. And the script has been flipped to now where the majority of people have more fear of the government than the government fear the people. And that's because they have definitely done their research and their job to make sure that we stay divided as a country and divided as a nation. And the only time they want us to come together is when some perceived terrorist is out there and some boogeyman is out there trying to get us as Americans based on what they tell us. And I tell you, it's my advice. My advice is like I've always said, and I've always lived and done, is that government can't do anything for you. They can't produce anything for you. The only thing they can do is take. They take from somebody else and then they give to somebody else. But they can't do anything for you. And I think that you should be in a self-preservation mode to where actually the least amount that you are involved with government, the better off you are. Because you're always going to get them people, I always call it the Edward Longshanks syndrome. You're always going to get people out there that's going to side with the government because they're going to give them a paycheck. And they're going to go out there, and no matter, even if the information is false. How many times have we seen and heard that the police or the SWAT teams have went and raided someplace, went and shot and killed some innocent civilian that had nothing to do with nothing because of bad information? And I tell you, you only got one life. You better start learning how to be tactical. You better start learning how to really move. You better start learning how to preserve and protect yourself and those who you love. And of course, the best thing I think of is you've got to have, literally, you almost got to have a people that's pretty close, in close proximity, that are able to be with you, to help you defend your rights and your liberties all the way until the death. Because after all, if somebody can come and just kill you, and then after, 3 or 4 years of litigation, say I'm sorry, you're gone, and then your family ends up getting a few million or a few $100,000 of worthless Federal Reserve notes. Where's the win in it? Man, there's much to be desired in this daytime and hour. Everything is being attacked. Everything is being attacked. And of course, I call it the satanic system. You can call it whatever you want. But I tell you one thing, things are going to change. I know one thing. I am going to use my influence to make sure that nobody ever buys another Liberty safe in any way, shape, fashion, or form as long as I live. It's just sad. It's just literally sad. Now, there are other companies out there that they're not going to infringe on people's personal property nor their Second Amendment rights. And make no mistake about it, why are we even discussing anything anymore about the Second Amendment? Why is that amendment the most attacked amendment out of the whole entire Constitution? I mean, I could think of 10 things right off the top of my head that people need to be worried about and changing in this country in order to make things better, but it's always after the guns. Now, if you go look at history and you see what happened in Australia, you see what's going on in England when people have no right to defend their personage in any way, shape, fashion, or form, you see a society that has just gone bonkers. I mean, stark raving mad, literally crazy. And who was that? New Mexico just got a brand new mayor or governor or something like that. And the first thing that she did was went and made a law to ban on open carry and stuff. She can't do that. But guess what? When you got these people that work for her, and they work for the government of New Mexico, and they're going to get a paycheck. They don't care nothing about the Constitution. All they care about is their livelihood, because they have not learned how to forge a living on their own. See, I'm telling you, once people start working for the government, man, they become government citizens and they don't give a damn about you as an American. Well, this is not the United States of America. This is literally the divided States of America, and the whole world needs to know it. There's nothing united about Americans. Nothing at all. Texas is trying to succeed from the Union along with other states because this physically, spiritually retarded government has done lost its way. It's crazy. Nobody has any respect for the United States of America. I mean, after all, look at the president. And you people out there actually think that we elected that. There's no way. It's just a shame. And so you see the sham and the scams that is going on today. Man, Anyway, this video is about Liberty Safe. And if you have one, probably best thing to do is take it to the range and use it as target practice or something like that. I don't know, and just count your losses and go get one that's more reliable. I mean, I'm looking at a couple of them that I'm actually thinking about purchasing, but it damn sure won't be no more Liberties. It won't be on. That was my first and last one that I got, and I will never ever do it again. So I'm in the market for another one, but it damn sure won't be no Liberty. And then think about the name they give it, Liberty. For who? Hope y'all take this to heart. You have a wonderful day.